Crypto price volatility is definitely elevated and has been for the last several weeks. And one of the reasons is everybody's looking at interest rates. Now, I'm not going to spend too much time on interest rates for Bitcoin's purposes in this video here, but I do want to say that there's been a lot of back and forth between Trump and Jerome Powell. It says, I don't know why the board doesn't override Powell. Trump posted on True Social account in a lengthy message. They called Powell a moron. It says Fed policy that he claims is costing the U.S. $1 trillion per year in interest payments. Maybe, just maybe, I'll have to change my mind about firing him. But regardless, his term ends shortly. So there's a lot of uncertainty about interest rates and a lot of uncertainty about the chairman of the Federal Reserve. And because of that, we're seeing a decline in the price of Bitcoin over the last couple of weeks here. Now, the article does go on to say that other Federal Reserve other Federal Reserve board members believe that there's going to be no increase in inflation due to tariffs. There's going to be no increase in inflation due to current policy, and we can lower interest rates as early, it says lower interest rates as early as July. So there's still some optimism out there, but nonetheless, it is a 10% chance that the market is currently pricing in an interest rate cut in July. With that being said, the news surrounding Bitcoin is still very optimistic. Nakamoto Holdings secures $51 million to expand Bitcoin treasury strategy. Nakamoto Holdings, led by Trump's crypto advisor David Bailey, raises $51.5 million in fresh capital to accelerate its Bitcoin acquisition strategy. Guys, I'm not going to read through this article either, but basically, not every institution, right? I don't think Walmart's out there stocking up on Bitcoin at the moment, but Walmart may stock up on Bitcoin and allow you to go out to Walmart and buy Bitcoin one day. We're living in a world that is in transition at the moment. We're living in a world that is seeing corporations brace themselves for a Bitcoin future. It seems as though it doesn't matter if they're medical supply producers or if they're crypto mining companies themselves. It seems as though everybody is going out there and accumulating as much Bitcoin as they possibly can. Now, because of that, I believe that Bitcoin is the future. And one of the ways that I am investing in Bitcoin is I'm obviously going out and buying Bitcoin, right? I'm going out there and using the KCEX exchange to buy Bitcoin periodically as I can. If you guys are interested, you get a link for it down in the description. You guys can actually trade on up to 125x leverage, some of the cheapest futures fees in the entire industry if leverage is your thing. Another way is through layer 2 networks and other projects that support and benefit from Bitcoin as well. Bitcoin Hyper is the first layer 2 blockchain for Bitcoin. Now, we have seen the success of Solixi token. $56 million raised over the last couple of months. Solixi is doing a fantastic job. Bitcoin Hyper has only raised $1.4 million so far. It is still in its infant stages, and it is building the first layer 2 blockchain for Bitcoin. Now, if you guys need a little bit more information on how it works, you guys can read through all of this right here. But what you basically do is deposit your Bitcoin to the designated Bitcoin address monitored by Bitcoin Hyper's canonical bridge. From there, you move it over to the layer 2 blockchain, and with instant finality, you can make your transactions. Right now, Bitcoin is very slow, but because of this layer 2 blockchain, Bitcoin can become very fast. Not only, it can become very cheap as well. Not cheap in price, but cheap in transaction costs. From there, Bitcoin Hyper batches and compresses layer 2 transactions and uses zero-knowledge proofs to ensure transaction validity. And finally, when you're ready to withdraw your Bitcoin, you simply initiate the withdrawal request on Bitcoin Hyper's layer 2. The system verifies it, and you've got your Bitcoin back on the Bitcoin layer 1. This could really bring a lot of utility to the Bitcoin network. I get it. Bitcoin's a store of value right now. You want to hold your Bitcoin, and you're essentially rewarded for holding Bitcoin because it's very expensive. You don't want to go out there and get hit with fees. And if you're going to go to the store, right, and try to swap or sell your Bitcoin for goods and services, it's slow. You'd have to wait for that transaction to actually occur. So this layer 2 blockchain could truly revolutionize the utility for Bitcoin, and at the same time benefit as Bitcoin benefits and gains in value as institutions continue to load up. Now, if you guys are interested in buying, you get a link for it down in the description. You're going to click that. You're going to connect your wallet. I like to connect via Best Wallet, so it's up to you guys how you want to connect there. But scan that QR code, type in how much you want, and those tokens are yours to claim on launch day. I want to say, because a lot of people are very confused, this timer is not the timer to the end of the sale. This timer is the timer to the end of the stage. The price is going to increase when this timer ticks down, and it will add another 2 or 3 days and reset. It will continue to increase in price until launch day. So let me know what you guys do with it all down in the comments below, and until the next time, hope that each and every one of you have an awesome day.